So how did we upgrade our Onyx LZR Pro to 52 volts?
37, 38.
That's coming right up. Hey everyone, my name is Rick Cordero. Welcome to RunPlayBack, where we help you with EV tech tips to lead a more efficient and affordable lifestyle. Let's be creative and save money at the same time. Today we're going to check out a 52 volt upgrade to our Onyx LZR Pro electric dirt jumper. We'll talk about why you'd want to upgrade to 52 volts, the parts we used, and do a top speed test. Plus, we'll share links to all the parts in the description. So let's get to it. So today we're going to do a controller install for the Onyx LZR Pro. In our last video, we had a throttle install, which was great, but we want the ability to control the tune for the throttle. I did some research, and there is one controller that is actually really perfect for the M600 Bafang. The problem is it's not easy to get. So this is the Luna Ludicrous V2 controller. It can handle up to 100 amps. It can handle up to 72 volts. So it goes on this side of the motor. You can see right here is where this would come out. So we'd have to pull out the crank arm. Luna actually has a really detailed install video, but if there's anything that I find that isn't in their video, I'll definitely try to highlight it. Another thing that we got from Luna that was in their install video was this thing. I believe the crank tool. Once this thing comes out, I think that you have to insert this and you'll be able to take out the crank set. If we don't see a big difference, I think we might install a bigger battery on this, either a 48 volt or a 52 volt. We'll probably have to remove the 36 and not necessarily build something that would fit in the frame, just remove it completely, but add something that would live over here. So we realized that the 36 volt battery that's inside of the LZR Pro might not be enough for the Luna Ludicrous V2 controller. So now let's take everything apart, remove the battery that's in here, get access to the XT60 cable that goes into the motor, and then run a 52 volt battery over here in the frame. So we have those parts coming in today, and then we'll install it. So let's do it. So almost all of our content is made for free, and if you find any of it helpful, please support our channel with some custom RunPlayBack merch. Also, big shout out to Underground Printing for producing our merch. They're also responsible for domestic shipping, customer service, and getting these products to you as quickly as possible. I can't wait to see you guys rocking these pieces while sharing the same passion for all things EV. So let's be creative and save money at the same time. Apparently, there was too much torque that went into the motor from our 52 volt battery. The main gear over here, which is made out of nylon, got stripped. As you can see, it melted on this part right here, which is connected directly to the motor. This is the mid gear, so this is fine. Everything's made out of steel. Same thing with the final gear. I think Bafang actually changed the stock version to be steel. So this is probably the older nylon version that came with maybe this batch of Onyx LZR Pros. I went on Luna's site and they do make the steel version of this. Luna has a really good walkthrough on how to take apart the motor. You do need some specialized tools. This is a snap ring tool. You also need some 4mm screws. I got long ones, I think they're like 35, just to like be able to pull out housing over here. And again, that's in Luna's video. There's also a special kind of grease. I think it's like Mobile 28. So I just wanted to point that out if you do this upgrade with the Ludicrous V2 controller, and if you go higher than 36 volts, you're most likely gonna have to switch this out to a steel gear. Package for our Onyx LZR Pro. Here it is, our custom battery bag for the Onyx LZR Pro. Shout out to Vinyl by Bobby. Also shout out to Powerful Lithium. Bobby actually makes custom battery bags for pretty much every bike that's out there. So he said, why don't I make you a bag? You could test it out, give me some feedback. This is basically just a prototype, but he did get the exact measurements of the frame. Really high quality stuff. I really like this kind of perforated vinyl exterior. You also have his logo right here, and then a soft Velcro backing here if you want to add your own patches. Also got these heavy duty straps in the back, really thick, keep it secured on the bike. Stitching is super professional. We got these two zippers over here. This EVF foam on the bottom to protect the battery. There's also a section over here, which is an opening to feed the wires out of. I've known about his stuff for quite some time, even when I was modding the Super 73 Z1. Let's install this on the bike and put our 52 volt battery in here and see how it looks. So here is our 52 volt Onyx LZR Pro. I'm gonna walk you through some of the modifications that we did. Here we changed the tires to the Maxxis hookworm. So these are street tires with this really interesting tread here, made for street riding. We also added some spoke covers just to match the themes of the bike. Obviously we have our full twist throttle. We changed the grips to be orange. We also added new bars. So we have these BMX bars from Box. Put a link in the description. What this does is raise the handlebars up 6 inches. So it does perform more like a BMX, not so much as a mountain bike because the bars were located over here. We also added a display. So this is the Bafang display. It's the stock display for the M600 motor. We just wanted to have something that was visible here on the handlebars. So this is currently not hooked up. Everything is running through the frame into the Bafang display over here from the motor. Inside of the frame, you'll notice the Vinyl by Bobby custom LZR Pro bag. Powerful Lithium will be selling this item on their website, I believe. You'll notice our 52 volt battery. So this is a battery you can find on Amazon, 52 volts, it's 20 amp hours. We also have a Luna solid state switch right here. So what this does is when we take the battery on and off, you could turn it off with this kill switch, and that prevents sparking because these connectors don't have anti-spark. We also got this custom patch. Since the bag has these Velcro loops, we got this custom Amazon patch with the Velcro hooks on one side, and they go over like this. So if you ever wanted to customize your bag, put your own patch on, you can find this on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description. We also have this new seat. This is a SE Bikes seat. You look on the bottom, it has a bottle opener right there. So you can open up your bottles while you're riding. Don't drink and ride. Got a custom orange chain. We also have these custom pedals over here by Fixation. Put a link in the description. We had these from some other build. That's why it's all scuffed up. In the back, we have these 25/9 pegs, orange pegs. As you saw in the previous scene, we upgraded the gear inside of the Bafang M600. As far as I know, we're the only ones with the Luna Ludicrous V2 controller. For the M600, they don't sell it for any other bike but their own bikes. If there's enough of a demand, I know Onyx had mentioned that they would potentially produce their own controllers. So if that's something that you want to do to your Onyx LZR Pro, definitely let Onyx know, let Tim Seward know, and they'll probably try to create that. So we'll turn on the bike, turn on the display. There's a little button right here. We're using the VESC tool. We'll connect, hit yes, yes. The battery level is at 98%, which matches the display. With our tune, we put it on ludicrous mode. We haven't really messed with these settings too much, but if you notice any errors, you could probably drop down some of the amps. For the bike config, we have it set at 14S, which is 52 volt. Our over voltage is 60 volt. Probably would never reach that. 45 volts for under voltage cutoff. We also changed the wheel size to 26. Our offset correction was 281.6 degrees. You scroll over here, main settings over here, setup input, click this next button, choose e-bike throttle, and then what you can do here, by twisting the throttle, you'll notice that the values start changing and it starts reading your minimum and maximum voltage levels. So this calibrates it exactly to the throttle that you buy. Every throttle is going to be different, so you want to make sure that you calibrate it. You hit apply and write, hit next, and then here we changed a few things. You could hit the help button if you want to actually see what everything does. But so the positive ramping time means the amount of seconds it takes to ramp from 0 to full throttle. So right now it's set to 0.30 seconds. So we're going to make that 0 seconds. Same thing for negative ramping time. But I think this has to do with the brake sensor, but we don't have that connected. So we'll just, whatever, put it at 0 controller as well. And there's other things like traction control. This, I don't know what that does, so I won't touch it. So I'm gonna hit right configuration. That's saved. Okay. I was having trouble with the pedal assist, so I don't know if it'll actually work, but we're just gonna focus on the throttle. All right, that looks like it works. Okay, so yeah, right. So yeah, super smooth, definitely a lot faster than stock for sure. Takes a little bit to kind of hit full throttle, but yeah, it's much faster obviously than 36 volts. All right. Woo! Okay, here we go. It says I'm hitting 22 miles per hour. I think it'll definitely take some time to tune this to how we like to ride the bike. I think with the steel gear, with the controller, it definitely brings the power level up on the Onyx LZR Pro. We'll do some more testing, but I think first impressions are that this bike is super fun and really quiet, even with the steel gear. So over here you can see the temperature of the motor. Just the fact that you could read all this stuff is pretty cool. We did fix the pedal assist mode. So what you have to do is calibrate the controller. If you don't calibrate it correctly, you might want to do this like 2 or 3 times. But once it's calibrated, then the torque sensor and the speed sensor will work and your pedal assist will function. So right now I am on pedal assist number 5 and hitting about 18 miles per hour. I'm looking at my GPS as well as the display, and both of them seem to be calibrated equally. The pedal assist feels good. Now I'm holding full throttle as well as pedal assist, getting me up to 25 miles per hour. Pedal assist is definitely important for this bike, even though you can do throttle only. Overall, it's really smooth ride. It's kind of cold out here, so the battery might not be performing at its highest level, but it does feel good enough. We'll make a left up here. Go down this road. Road looks clear. Okay. So going full speed. Pedal assist 5 with throttle down. Hitting 29, 31 miles per hour, 32. Going down a slight downhill over here. 33, 34. Okay, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. So about 38 miles per hour. Woo! That is a lot of work. The 52 volt upgrade to this bike was a little expensive, but it definitely makes the bike a lot more fun. Again, it's really hard to source these controllers, so I'm not quite sure if this upgrade will be accessible for a lot of people. But if you can get your hands on a Ludicrous controller, I think it's worth it. If you already own this bike, there's so much modding potential that I think it's worth it. And again, you get that extra boost of power with the throttle. So, like at minimum, if you can just do the throttle upgrade, I think that's enough. But again, if you could get your hands on this controller, it's so much fun. And when you don't want to pedal anymore, you just twist the throttle. So much fun. 31 miles per hour, 32, 33. So comfort-wise, I do have an SE bike seat on the bottom. I think it's called the Flyer seat. I'll put the link in the description. but it makes it so much more comfortable than the stock seat. The stock seat is super generic. I know it's not the first choice that Tim wanted on the bike, but for whatever reason, they had to manufacture the bike with that stock seat, and it's not that good, to be honest. So definitely love this seat. I mean, I am hitting some serious bumps here. If you're riding this around on uneven terrain like I am right now in Michigan, you know, the seat upgrade is great. I would also recommend even these tires, these Maxxis hookworm tires. They're a little bit wider than the stock tires, so that might be helpful. I think if you lower the PSI, it'll be even better. This kind of bike, you're usually standing like this, so, and it's a little bit easier to control standing up, especially with these bars. Like these BMX bars are just, oh, great, perfect. They work perfectly for me. They put you at I think a better position with the bike. You just feel like you have more control. So I am curious what a 60-volt version of this bike would feel like. I think we can put the C2Y2 battery inside of this bag and see how that works. I think the controller can take 60 volts up to 100 amps. So we'll see what happens. I'm really happy. This is a really cool bike. Kind of fits the gap between a Sur-Ron and a pedal bike in a lot of ways, whereas the Sur-Ron fits the gap between a pedal bike and maybe a gas bike. So if you want something that's a little more chill but can still keep up with like a Sur-Ron stunt ride, I think this is a good recommend.
Okay, yeah, I can wheelie it now, but I don't wanna. Can probably wheelie it on the pegs now a lot easier though. Pegs are probably sick. It's so scary. Gotta find that sweet spot. Whoa. Yeah, it definitely has the power to do it now. So you just need a good rider. This thing's cool. You need to angle the seat down. Gotta angle it like down. This is fun. Woo. Wow, holy crap, has it changed a lot since last time I seen it. Everything that Rick has done to it, way more powerful now, and coming from someone who's not really great at wheeling pedal bikes, it definitely feels like if I put some time into it, I could probably get it down pretty good. If you put a pedal bike stunter on this thing, they would absolutely love it. The throttle response is there. It has enough torque to where if you're not pedaling, you can still keep it up and keep that wheelie going. So you can do more combos before you have to go back to pedaling. It's still very light. Yeah, it feels really good. It feels like almost like the same bike, just with more power.
So that's our 52-volt mod for the Onyx LZR Pro, and we shared links to all the parts in the description. If you have any questions or suggestions, just leave them in the comments below. If you want to dive into more EV tech tips, click the links on the side, and remember to like and subscribe so we can help you find tech deals that fit your lifestyle. We'll see you guys in the next video.